I summon the unstoppable Hina. How unstoppable is she, you may ask? Well, to that I answer, pretty easy to stop, actually. She's only a stage 2 boss after all. Well, that's kind of a shitty thing to say, don't you think? No. Because that's just the truth. Anyway, we're back with Hina. Hina's got a new character and a new update. Unfortunately, the character isn't ready. Character's not ready for play yet, but here she is. Mima. That's right. Change skin. You can turn her into this. You can turn her into this. You can turn her into this. Or you could turn her into this. Great. So what's she do? I don't know. Possesses an object other than the specified Hina. While possessing balls and wraiths are launched from there. Can transfer to objects within range. Oh, so you can shoot from objects next to Hina. That sounds really strong. Throw a wraith. Applies a wraith to the object it hits. The more wraiths there are, the greater the power increases. I don't really get what that means, but we don't have to worry about that because this character isn't tournament legal at the moment. You know what is tournament legal? Joop! Alright. Alright. And so it begins. I'm drinking the last of my milk. What? What? I lost? I just started. How could I lose? I like, let's do a Hina stream where stream ends as soon as I lose. Alright? Stream ends when I lose, and then, well, stream's over. Bye. Alright, bye everybody. Bye. Wait, the stream ain't over yet. 20-minute stream? More like 2 minutes. The stream would have ended 30 seconds ago. Ah. Come on. What? That Ta? I think that's Ta. Tanishi? Pretty sure that's Tanishi. Bum. Hina. Toss him. Minus 250. Some stuff looks tiny. Some kinda looks very similar to others, and the issue usually stems from font style. If I don't know what everything looks like in a certain font, then I'm not quite sure what it is. You know? You get what I mean when I say that though? Like, cause like the kana for Ta looks like that, but then the kana for something else looks near identical to that, and I can't remember what one it is. But when you're not familiar with the font, then oops. You don't really know which one it is. Emerald had that issue. Emerald's font was kind of weird for one of the kanas. It was different on the text input sheet and the battle, so it was very confusing. Hey, I gotta ask, what are we doing here right now? Are we like what are we doing here right now? Well, that seems pretty bad. You can find at least 1 or 2 Hina people. I assume that people in Japan are playing Hina on like morning commute or something. But there's not very many people on. But this is the time when I usually play Hina, when I'm playing Hina. And people jump on to play Hina. So it gets, I wouldn't say it gets busy or anything like that, but if you want to actually play, now is a good time to be online. Because you will at least find somebody. I clicked the wrong thing again. Sorry. Boink. I'm surprised there's people on Hina. Hina's been around for a while, by the way. Hina has been around for a while. I'm glad this game's still around. It's fun. Yeah. Yeah. I like when I run into the guys who have 1 billion wins. Oh, there you go. I like when you run into the guys with 1 billion wins and they use a character that other people don't. That seemed like cheating. What the fuck? Cheating! No, there's an Alice player that I see sometimes. He's got 1 bajillion wins, and I just like watching that guy work. All right, like I don't even care if I win against that guy. I just like seeing what kind of bullshit he comes up with Alice, because that's just entertaining. There's a Mima player who is really good at using her smoke as well. Like there's some of the players with big ol' wins on them. They just had, there's some character specialists. There's a lot of I don't know. I wouldn't really say there's like a real defining character. There's some characters that are obnoxious, like Nue and Seija and Takane. They have obnoxious abilities, but they're not really that popular. But like, there's a couple weird characters that really Rube Goldberg that shit. They really Rube Goldberg that shit. Keiki can get kind of creative too, which is cool. I just picked Jun because I am corrupt. I can't believe that worked. Reimu pre-nerf. That's true. That is true. When this game first came out, Reimu and Yomu were the most common characters. Mainly Reimu, because Reimu's ability was very unfriendly. I've never run into that guy. He must be active at different times of the day. The only time I see other people pick Jupe is when they're... Okay, you know what? It's when I'm playing on stream and someone just wants to pick Jupe. But there was one time I played off stream and I ran into a guy twice in a row and I beat him twice in a row. And then... Nice. And then he switched to my costume. So we did Jun mirrors. I don't know why he did that, but that's... I really don't see Jun players, but I don't think she's the rarest. I don't know what I don't know if there's like statistics for character usage or anything like that, but no, pre-patch, well, pre-patch Reimu's ability was very silly because it could just turn into catch-22s, right? So sometimes you'd be in a position where Hina can only go one way, and if you hit Hina that way, she'll get paused. She'll get paused in the air, and then when it's Reimu's turn, she'll just fall. But if you don't hit Hina, then the Reimu player just hits Hina into the win condition anyway. And then sometimes it's a 50-50 on which direction they put the barrier. The barrier has no sound cue or anything. I know how the barrier worked, but it could just be put up at certain times, and then you would automatically lose if you activated it. And there were a lot of times where you would just automatically lose because Hina clipped the barrier and forcibly ended your turn. Now it acts as an additional, like, platform, so it doesn't pause Hina. Oh. Money. Oh, well. Money, money, money. Yoma was good early on. Her slash was good, and she had the ghost shot, which is still good, but I guess it's just fallen out of favor. Nitori is a character you don't see anymore. I think the only people that play Nitori are people who have less than, like, 100 wins. Because they don't know who's good, and they just kind of pick the first character on the roster, because she's the first character in the roster. I don't know what her issue is, to be honest with ya, but I'm pretty sure pre-patch the rarest character to run into is Suika. There are a lot of characters, though. Fortune Teller, obviously, is, you know. Fortune Teller is kind of a gag character. Alice is a very rare character. There's only one person I ever actually find playing Alice. There's only one guy, but he's really good with Alice. He is really good with Alice. We used to see Nitori a year ago. Well, more characters came out as part of it, but I think really it's just that Nitori's ability isn't directly helpful to her herself. And, like, other characters have such stronger effects for themselves. I miss Jun's original buff to her gemstone. Originally, Jun's gemstone was terrible because it didn't activate on the turn you placed it. So 9 times out of 10, it would just work in favor of your opponent. Then it got buffed, so it would always activate as soon as you put it down, which was honestly maddening how effective that was. You had a lot of control over Hina by putting that down. So then they nerfed it again, and they made it so they combined the two effects. So they made it so Hina will only jump on turn 1 if the gemstone is level or below where she is. There's also, you can also shrink it and choose to break it. There's other things you can do with it. The coin also has gotten changed as well, but Vanilla Jun, her gemstone was pretty bad. But then the buff to it was honestly too strong. It was honestly too strong. But now it's in this weird middle ground where it's effective in some places, but I just found that usually when you put it down, you're putting yourself in a worse position. You're letting your opponent just kind of get a free jump. That said, Chirno prevents any of my abilities from working, so encountering her is usually just, it becomes a matter of playing vanilla game anyway. Because when Hina's frozen, she doesn't respond to the coin, and she doesn't respond to the gemstone. So it doesn't even matter if I can use my abilities or not, because Chirno's always going to throw a fucking ice ball, so as soon as she does, then Jun becomes a normal character. Jun becomes a fucking normal character. Holy money! Ka no tsuku. Alright. I don't think Sage has received a new skin in a long time. Usually the only characters who get shop skins are the ones that the dev is just drawing on his own time. Or is commissioned to draw, I suppose. But I guess the complexity of it, he'll put it in a box. But I don't think Seiya has ever received a shop skin. I think all of her shop skins have been there since the beginning of the game. Now, she's a character who received some different changes to her ability. Her ability originally was just flip the screen upside down to piss your opponent off. And then they made it so it does that. It can also shift left to right. It covers all your effects with her face, and it reduces your playtime count to like 10 seconds to take a turn. So it's annoying. I really don't like Nue or Takane's abilities because they're just obnoxious. Nue's is terrible though. Nue's is actually just terrible. Like, oh, okay, flash the screen black, and now you can't see where Hina is. You can't see where the shot was fired. You can't see Hina, and it's just like, that's not fun. That is just straight up not fun. And then Takane's ability, which camouflages Hina, which lasts for too fucking long, it's just not good. It's not. Those aren't good abilities because they're just annoying. It's not even that they're punishing you for not paying attention. It's that just like, what kind of fucking ability is make your opponent unable to see the objective? That's a terrible decision. And 2 characters do it. And Nue got hers after the fact. I'm glad Nue isn't that popular. If Nue was more popular, she'd be really annoying. Holy shit. Bro got the fucking tumble. Let me take the first turn. I'll fuck it up. That's what I'll do. I'll fuck up every first turn. Watch this. Yeah. Slide. Mm-mm-mm. Ooh, ooh. What? I wasn't paying attention. What happened? I looked away. I wasn't looking. You know what? I got my golden Hina win, so who even cares? Jazz Hina. Hina Jazz. You like jazz? You like Hina? Watch this. Ready? Oh. Oh. Ooh. That wasn't really what you wanted to see there. Oh, that was a bad shot too. All right, ready? Here comes an even worse shot. Here we go. Watch this. Told ya. I told ya. It's about to get worse. Here we go. Will he ever figure this out? Okay, watch this. She's gonna jump towards this box, go fire, go ouch, and then fly to the right. Ooh. Oh. Huh. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. Here, Hina, drink milk stage. Or drink water. I don't know what she's drinking. Some of the best water you ever damn had. Okay. Alright. Some stages I have a hard time telling what is a solid and like what isn't a solid. Damn. Satori players, dude. Satori players don't know. That's the random button. That's the random button, but the only character you get to play as is the character your opponent's playing as. What an interesting character. I mean, at that point, you might as well make Koichi the opposite, where Koichi just plays like any other character, like an honest to god random button, right? She always plays like Charade from Soul Calibur 2. You get a different character and weapon every single round. Do that. Make a Charade type character, but just convert Koichi. Because I mean, who the fuck plays Koichi anyway, right? What does Koichi even do? I don't know. Can learn the other characters by playing story. Why learn other characters when I can play the best character right out the gate? Come on. How did you do that? Okay. Alright. Hina is stuck. Okay, well now we've learned together that this is not gonna work. Okay. The randomized Satori dittos. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, because I only play one character. What is the logic in Hina? I was 1 win away from the maximum rank. 1. 1 singular win from max rank, and I failed. I failed it and I never got there again. Alright. What's the play? This is the play. Streamer, that wasn't the play. In my mind, that was the play. Okay. On. You know what to do, On. You know what to do. I forgot Marasa was a character. There are some characters that are easy to forget that they exist. You know what? Raisin is a character you don't see very often, and that probably has to do with the fact that she is the most unique character in the game because her basic shot works completely different from everybody else's. Goodbye, Hina. Now what? It's the booby lady. Go, Hina, go! Go, Hina, go! Lucky Hina. That reminded me that Komachi's in this game. I forgot that Komachi was in this game. She's not really rare. I think there's just so many characters that, like, your recency bias becomes extreme. If you play for like 2 hours and you don't see a character, for some reason that wipes your mind entirely of that character's existence, and it makes you think like, oh man, that I never see that character ever. But like, it's only been 2 hours. You could have played an entire round of Komachi's last time you played, but your brain would be like, oh man, what happened to all the Komachi players? Dead game. Dead game, dead character. They only operate between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4:13 a.m. If you try to play between those hours, you will deal with Komachi players. But if you don't, you will never see a Komachi player. They all work the graveyard shift. Honestly, I didn't think that would do anything, but you're right. Ah la la la. La 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 la. Teiru. Teiru. When you win, player 2 has wind. Echo the dolphin. Knock knock. Who's there? Oh shit! Time to ruin everything. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah. That didn't work. What is that doing down there? I don't know. Do you think it's still active? I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could just put an object down next to Hina like that. I'm gonna assume that's something that Sakuya can do. That shit is just appearing. I got this. No, not that. Fly, Hina. Fly better. You can... Wait, really? You can just put a box down? You don't have to drop it? What? What? Since when? Oh, wait. I know what you're doing. You're lowering the screen. You're lowering the screen. That's what it is. I know what you're doing. If you lower the screen on these longer vertical stages, the drop point comes higher. And on my screen, it looks weird, but on your screen, the drop point is right at the top of the screen. So your box is falling from the top, but the top on your screen is right next to her, so the box is just magically teleporting next to her. That's what that is. Because I've done that with gemstones before, but I never thought to do it like that. Fly! Oh, stopped by the barrel. Okay, ready? Watch this. Oh. What do you got? You got tricks? You got tricks? I don't have tricks. I don't have tricks. I don't have tricks. She was too far to the left to make the shot from the right. But I couldn't get her to slide. That's fine. Yes. Ready? Don't worry about it. He. Oh, God. I'm good. I gotta put on my little hat. Put on my little hat. My thinking hat. Yawn? No, that was a cough. That was me, like, dying. I'm dying, Squirtle. Well. Now what? Now what? You think you got what you got when you got what you want, what you got. But you ain't got what I got, what he got, what I got, what you got, what we got. What the fuck just happened? Alright. Okay. What's going on here? What? How did that even work? That shit was jammed in there and then it just slid through like butter. Like butter. Alright, watch this. I call it the... Destroy the Ammo Depot. I missed it. Watch this play. Did you see that? Did you see that? That air resistance that was created when she got up in the air and she flew, but then she tried to jump towards the gem, so it reduced the amount of distance that she jumped, and then she fell in the hole. It was so fucking smart. That was so smart. Can we get 50 gifted for that play? Oh, man. This guy ain't hitting the start button. Okay, alright. You wouldn't give me $5 for that. Achha. Okay, ready? Watch this. There were times I played this game where I would start every round by putting a gem down and just hoping something goes my way. Maybe I'll keep doing that. Alright, ready? This looks like an easy win because it is an easy win. That almost didn't work. There we go. Ready, set, Apple. Oh shit, there he is! But he's not playing Alice. Alright, I've killed Hina. Your move, big man. Your move, big man. Now that she's crushed under her own greed, how are you gonna stop this? Got him. I can't get rid of the goddamn gemstone. I couldn't get rid of the gemstone because I couldn't activate the ability. So I couldn't get rid of it. So now we have to sit here and watch him get a free win because I failed. I failed. Oh well. Hello, Snai. Nawa. Nawa. Tina! Yeah. Yeah. Hina decided to put all her weight on her left today. Yep. Sounds like Hina. Huarara. Huarara. Bang. That's G. Judy? Forget what the I is. J? G? That's G and A. And then Edie, right? Edie? I don't know, I can't read. I can't read them when you put them together. It gets weird. That is E, yeah. Because Kana for E looks like a lower, it looks like a capital I. Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Oh, his name's Jeffrey. Okay. Alright. Kana looks like bullshit. Kana is bullshit. Ah. Slide, Hina. What? This sounds like Shibuyan. Yep. That's an absolute no. Yeah, I'm taking my fucking turn. Slide. No. We seem to have entered a situation. Can you get us out of it? Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Did you miss the part where I tried that? Well, that did something. All right. 3,000 extra points. Alright. Put on your thinking cap. We've done this one before. Watch this play. That wasn't really what I had in mind. Oops. What are you doing? Alright, well now that I've joined you. My turn. Watch this. Yeah. Yeah. How-ah. How-ah-ah. Ow-ah-ah-ah. Holy shit. Oh, that's another thing. You also get new Hina outfits for characters when they get new games. And this is a new game that came out a little while ago, where you're ordering at a bar with Suika, I assume. Like I don't know, because I can't read it. I looked away. What happened? I lost though. Alright. Alright, okay. I want to play Mizusoba's other games. But some of them are just too difficult to actually translate properly because of the way they are. Like this one. You know how well this game did on DL site? Like genuinely? This game was one of the highest rated Toho like games on the site. It did really, really well. I'm not even sure why. That's not really a diss. That's like a genuinely, I don't know what it was about that game that made it stand out so much compared to his other games. But there's a very big difference in, like, profit, I suppose. Whoa. Whatever you just tried, failed. What?! I hate stages that have walls that go along the entire side of them, because shit like that shouldn't happen. Why? Why? Some stages have barriers like that, but they shouldn't have barriers at the very bottom, because that's nonsense. Alright, go. Watch this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, watch this. Cone. So the gem is heavier than regular boxes. This is something I'm aware of. But, like, you know, sometimes you want to put things down. You know? Alien. Alien. Okay. Yes, yes. I'm thinking. Good job. Good job. I humbly await my turn. Any day now. Any day now. Slide, Hina. 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 Oh well. What did you just do? And why did it not work? Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You know, Nue's theme is really good, but Nue's extra stage theme is really not good. But when it's remixed, it's great. I think really what ruins it is just the giggling. I think that's it. I think that's it. It's just the giggling that happens in the stage. It's also really annoying because like you know, it feels like it's laughing directly at you for losing and also playing the stage in general. It's a shame. All right. Hina? Hina, why are you so top heavy, Hina? What the fuck? Why did you fall perfectly upright? You got nudged by a box and you were still upright. You got a big head. Pow. You get a big ass head, don't you? Me? The streamer? I don't have a big ass head. Watch this. Collapse Hina's house. Yes, good job. What's the next play? Why did that take so long to happen? Oh, damn it. That shit ain't heavy enough. That shit ain't heavy enough. Alright, ready, Hina? We're gonna make you fly. Ready? Fly. That was miserable. That was miserable. I have no idea how to do this. Okay, ready? Here's my idea. I forgot about the gemstone on the other side of the map when I did that. I forgot that the other gemstone was over there. If I had made it small, she might have jumped over it, and I might have actually won there. Oops. Well, you know what they say. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh. That was a interesting play. Good. Good. Pretty good. TT Tempo. They did the music for Puppet Dance Performance, I believe. TT Tempo. I'd like a good excuse to play through that again. I would. I think I would. Setting up a randomizer for that is not as simple as I'd like it to be. You pretty much have to overwrite your EXE. And I don't remember how I undid that when I wanted to play it without the randomizer again. So, in other words, pain in the cock. But when last time I played a randomizer for Puppet Dance Performance, I rolled a Lily. I rolled a Lily with the ability Miracle Mallet, which is basically huge power, but it affects physical defense as well. And it's supposed to be an ability on Shimmy, and you know, base stats, abilities like that are on Pokemon with low base stats to compensate. The Lily that had that ability had 140 base attack. I had a 140 base attack Lily with an ability that doubled her attack. Just because. And her physical defense. So when Lily came in, she was the last one standing. It was the strongest creature in the world. She had Fake Out, and it had no stab, but it would hit people, and it would do loads of damage. I don't know if Lily ever died after she evolved because of that. And I actively only brought Lily in. I only brought Lily in when I needed an emergency out, because Lily could handle any problem. There was nothing that Lily could not kill. For she was the Miracle Mallet holder. She had the mallet. Honestly, even if you don't use the randomizer settings, you can randomize the costumes that the other trainers use, which can actually add some very nice variety in general. So you can see more costumes instead of just only seeing the ones on your own puppet. So I like that. Hello, Jeffrey. We've been on the stage 3 times now. Hina, you're upside down. Fix that. It's jazzy. It is honestly a shame that Puppet Dance Performance's AI is the way it is. That reminds me, chat, is there a Showdown extension for Puppet Dance Performance yet? I've seen to recall that was being worked on, but I don't know if it ever came out. The game was pretty convenient to set Mons up for anyway, and it did have internet connectivity, which was pretty cool. But simulators are very fast and efficient. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a Showdown for Puppet Play, like the ones that are direct hacks from Fire Red and Leaf Green, right? But I don't know if there's one for Puppet Dance Performance itself. I said it before, but I think it'd be cool to do a run a puppet tournament. I wouldn't play because I'm bad at it, but I would love to see like actual good gameplay of it. I think competitive Pokemon is quite enjoyable to watch when the meta isn't a certain way, I suppose. Oh, he's back on Alice. See, look at that. He's setting up his bullshit down there. And he's getting it all nice and ready. And then I'm gonna fucking ruin it. I'm just gonna absolutely fucking ruin it for him. Oh, I love this theme. The piano. Emotions. Go ahead, do your best. Come on. Figure it out, big man. Perhaps we're both foolish. Oh, no, no. Wait a second. Aww. Oh, Jiminy Crickets, boys. Jiminy fucking Crickets. Oh, she jumped the wrong way! Oh my god. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I screwed up his whatever he was doing so badly that it actually let him win anyway. Because what I did screwed me up. Oh my god. That's alright. It's not about winning. Well, I mean it is. It's about winning in a way that makes your opponent get, you know, they look at you and they're like, the fuck is that nonsense? Perfectly positioned on that yen. That's my Hina. That's my Hina. Broke as can be. The Bank of Kageyama. That was a really good idea. Unfortunately, this game sucks. So, now you will learn what happens. This game sucks. Kani. Kaniga. Wait, I thought Kane was money. Okane is money, right? Or is it Okani? Kani? I thought Kani was crab. What? Why are they selling crab dollars? What the fuck does that even mean? Crab dollars? Holy shit. Wow. I don't know how I did that, but okay. Is that... I thought that was binding up Isaac for a second there. Kani. I was reading the check. The check said Kageyama and it said Kani. Big ass crab. I'm a big fucking crab. Oh, dude. What did he just do? Why'd he do that? Is he foolish? Is he dumb? Did he know he would win if he just let me take another turn and then can present him the free fucking win? Kagi is key. Yeah, but it wasn't. No. It didn't say Kagi. I'm saying Kageyama is her name. And that was on the check, but it said Kani. That's what it said. That's crap. It's not money, but it's on a check, so I thought it would be money, but money is not Kani. Money is Okane. What the fuck? Her name is Kageyama. She is the key to the mountain. That's her. Kageyama Hina. Hina! Ew. Doesn't this just make you feel bad for Hina when you do something like that? Fly, Hina. Fly, Hina! Lives on Yokai Mountain, has mountain in her name. Can you believe this shit? These jokes, these giggles, these puns, these hee-hee-ha-has. What is this one doing? Making these goddamn names. Making these goddamn goofy names. Ew. Awawa. I'll show you a worse move than that. That was pretty bad, yeah. I'd say so. Pardon me. I appear to be on death's door. Yep. You ever just try to go to sleep and you're like really close to falling asleep and then you realize that your stomach is like exploding on the inside and you're like, oh my god, please let me go to sleep so I no longer have to worry about this. But now that you're worrying about it, you can no longer sleep and then the stomach pain just gets worse. I hate that shit so much. I'd be right there on the cusp of falling asleep and then suddenly my stomach's like, hey bro, that, you know, that thing that you ate like 3 hours ago? Maybe that wasn't so great. Okay, but could you take care of that? Could you take care of that maybe like earlier or later? Like maybe deal with that in the off time when I'm like, you know, I'm clocked out. It's like when you're 5 minutes to the end of your shift and then someone shits on the floor. And it's like, bro, I want to go home. Like, I can't just leave that there, but like, I want to go to fuck home. 5 minutes. You couldn't hold your ass for 5 fucking minutes? I'm off for 3 days after this, bro. It wouldn't have been my problem. I wouldn't even known it. I would have known about it 3 days later. I'd come in and be like, man, you should have seen what happened when you left. It's like, oh man, that's crazy. That's insane. No, it's gotta happen right before I leave, so I gotta fucking deal with it. Great. I'm out of here. Fumo leave. Maribel leave. Glorp leave. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I don't know what I just did or how that worked, but cool, I won. Got the Stompy Hina. 2 for 2 on golds. Me neck. I'm out of here. You put 1 foot in front of the other, and you get your ass out of there. You take a step, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4, 5 step, 6 step, 7 step more. I got it. I saw what he did, and I'm gonna carry on his legacy. Fuck. Fuck. This is the closest to organizing anything I will get for this game. I just play it when I want to, and usually when new things come out for it. That's fine. I ain't trying to be no top player, I'm just playing Hina. I'm just having fun. It's the goo creature. Why is that green cloud so incredibly thin? That was sick. That was sick. The Hina Awards. That's true. That is very true. Chat, does anyone remember anything that happened at the Game Awards last year? Anybody? You guys remember anything? Mega Man 12. That didn't actually happen. That wasn't anything. I mean for new games, not who won everything. The Overwatch clone is the closer. Yeah, that comes out in like 5 days, right? That comes out in 5 days. I got stuck on something. Mega Man. Yeah, but Mega Man wasn't even like a trailer. I mean, it was kind of technically, but it really wasn't. Yeah. Divinity? Okay, you only remember that because that trailer was fucking disgusting. That trailer was so fucking gross. My piggy slop. There was gameplay. Yeah, there was gameplay in the sense that Mega Man appeared on the screen and he jumped and he shooted. And that's it. That's your gameplay you got. Don't give me that nonsense, bro. Mega Man has played the same way for 40 fucking years. Oh, but they showed gameplay, streamer. They could have showed Mega Man 1 footage, and it would have been the exact same level of footage they showed for that one. Huh? Mega Man started the Design the Robot Master contest. You mean to tell me they announced the game, and now they're announcing the bosses, the contest? Like, hey, you guys want to make a boss for this game? Motherfucker, you just announced the game. This game is not even in development at this point, is it? What do these people want, bro? Well, I mean, there was nothing to show because they don't have any Robot Masters yet. They could have shown, like, actual enemy design. They could have shown, like, a little story. They could have shown Dr. Wily. They could have, like, but instead they showed him jumping and shooting with a black screen. I just put Hina back up to where she was originally. That's my bad. What are we doing? What are we doing? Enjoy your free golden Hina. Yep. Sounds about right. Probably get cinematic trailers. Yeah, but cinematic trailers suck. Because cinematic trailers don't show gameplay. And, like, if I want cinematic trailers, I'll watch a movie. I want the game to be fun. Does that make sense? They're not showing me the goddamn game. Show me the game. Okami 2? Okami 2. Cinematic trailer. No gameplay. Nothing. No information. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Natin. Nyatin. Great. I hope the new Overwatch game comes out and 13 people play it. And they go, wow, this game is worse than Apex Legends. And then they stop playing it. That's kind of a bad thing to wish for, isn't it? Yeah. I wish all things I don't like a very short lifespan and bankruptcy. I am a very well-adjusted individual, if you couldn't tell. If I don't... whoa! If I don't like it, it should just not exist, and nobody should be able to enjoy it. It's just that simple. He wants games to fail. Correct. I do want games to fail. I want games to fail so much that shareholders see it as a negative venture and pull out of gaming as an industry. So then the people who make games at that point will be people who aren't caring about what shareholders say. Is that so fucking wrong? Is that so wrong? Huh? Did I say something wrong in there? Huh? Think of the shareholders, streamer. Think of the shareholders. Oh, I'm thinking about them, alright. I'm thinking about them. Video games became a business. Glurp business. How do we appeal to the most common denominator of human being? Well, I mean, your idea sounds great, but how do we make it appeal? How do we make it appealing to the average consumer? Well, who cares about the average consumer? I want to make a game like this. Yes, that's great and all, but like, I want immediate returns on my investment, please. And if you don't give that to me, I will kill you. Yes. Yes. Please leave. Leave the industry. Enough of this nonsense. Alright? Enough of it. You know what would be really good? If GTA 6 was so bad, it, like, crashed the video game market. I want GTA 6 to do what E.T. failed to do. Alright? I want GTA 6 to come out, be a miserable flop, and just ruin gaming as an industry. Just fucking destroy it. Tear it down, and then leave it to fix itself in the remains of shareholder hell. Alright? That's what I want. We can build it back stronger, but first it's gotta come down. It's all gotta come down. Do you hear this guy? I call myself an optimist. Obviously, GTA 6 isn't gonna fail. But, like, I'm saying that it would be really nice if the video game industry, like, kind of imploded. And then the people that made video games weren't doing it because of shareholders. That's all. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? Huh? E.T. was so bad it almost killed video games. But that was at a point where video games were a nervous venture, right? But now we're at a point where video games are so big business that if we did have an E.T. 2.0 situation, it might actually be for the benefit of all mankind. Are you gonna play these newly made games in this fantasy world? Well, that depends on what they are, right? How can we possibly know what kind of games rise from the ashes in this situation? But aren't you sick of all these AAA titles being the same stuff? Aren't you sick of it? You mean to tell me every year you look forward to playing the next sci-fi, fantasy, horror, Call of Duty, first-person shooter, action game? You don't really, you know? More live service games? Well, actually, I wish gacha games didn't exist either, you know. I don't like those very much. Gacha games are kind of sad. That's all. Coin! This level. We don't need more of those. Hop on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We're pulling for Legendary Ultra Beast Mode Orange Piccolo Gohan right now. 500 pulls, and we're gonna Dokkan Battle. What is Dokkan Battle? I don't know. I got no fucking clue what Dokkan Battle is, bro. I don't really care either. I don't care. Ah! Not every game needs to be super massive. Well, yeah. Cost you like 8 keys to do that, I think. No matter how upset or disappointed you are in its existence, it will continue to exist because people will continue to give it money. Money they don't have. Money you don't have. Can you afford to spend $80 on your gacha game character? But streamer, they're really good. Yeah, and they're not gonna be really good in like 3 months. They're gonna get power cracked. But streamer, I really like them. Yeah, that's called thinking with your penis. Listen, before you make financial decisions in gacha games, you need to enter wise man mode, alright? You need to enter wise man mode. If the decision to purchase is the same in wise man mode and not wise man mode, then sure, go ahead, make your decision. But if those two choices conflict, then you need to listen. You need to listen to the difference. Okay, I'm just saying. These are things you gotta understand these things. You're gonna be free to play, except you're not gonna get every character. But you see, this is what happens, right? You understand that people say... you understand that people say they're all free to play, but the way these things work is that they present themselves as free to play, and then they trickle in very small, inconsequential purchases that you try to justify to yourself that are fine because it's only a small purchase. And once you start purchasing those, that's when you start biting off more than you can chew. Because all these gacha games are free to play, and everybody calls themselves a free to play player. But depending on how much time they invest in it, they start investing money because there's only so much they can do with their free to play. Either they start investing money to keep up because they want to keep playing the game, or they drop the game because they can't reasonably keep up with anything going on. Or they're extremely casual and they only use free. But in that case, if you're free to play, you're extremely casual, you're not even really playing the game, are you? Or at the very least, you're never going to be playing at the same capacity as somebody else, because they're going to be leagues ahead of you because they have more stuff, more hours, more money to spend on it. Gacha games are psychological. They're all psychological, dude. This is what they do. They prey on FOMO really hard, and they trickle in small purchases to ease you into going for a big purchase, because after a while you start thinking about the amount of money you've put into these things. Whee! Fly, Hina. That's how it gets your money. Look, that's how it got my money. It got my money. My money! Give it back! I'll never get it back. That money's gone. I'll never get my money back. Where'd it go? In my belly. I spend $15 on hamburger. I eat hamburger. I am satisfied for hour. I spend $15 on JPEG, and I get JPEG for as long as I play video game. Honestly, good deal. You're right. You're right. That's a really good deal. You should allocate all of your food budget to gacha games right now. Stop eating, because eating only feels good for a couple hours after you do it. But you'll feel great forever when you buy that gacha game character. So just stop eating. Allocate that budget elsewhere. Alright? Sounds good. Yes. Yes. That PNG will last when you have starved to death. Have you ever considered that? Have you considered that? When you're dead and gone, that PNG will stand. Provided the game you're playing hasn't EOS'd. You know. You spend money on Grand Blue. More than I want to admit. And by that I mean more than I can remember. Genuinely, I don't know how much money I spent on that game, but it was more than I really want to think about. Bad, bad, bad. Spending way too much money. Oh, streamer, why are you doing this to me? Watch this. See, if my coin hit, that might have happened. That was the plan, but I aimed the coin too high and I missed her entirely. Oh well. Fan1243. Brand new player. Brand new 0-win player. Alright. Show me what you got. I made a mistake, but that's all right. I'm setting this player up for his first win. See? 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 Psych! Welcome to the real world. You're gonna have to do better than that, buddy. Next time I see him, if he has one win, I'll be proud. Go, 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 Hina, go. How are you even stopped in that position? Do you feel like you don't deserve to lose? Do you feel like you don't deserve to lose here? Do you feel like you deserve the win? Is that how you feel right now? Bahongas. That's not a flavor, dude. They don't sell that at Taco Bell. It's called Baja Blast. It's actually not that good. Baja Blast is not that good. I like Code Red. Mountain Dew Code Red, that was what I liked. They don't sell that stuff anymore, though. And if they do, it's because of stock that they've had for years that they need to get rid of. In which case, probably shouldn't drink that anymore. He's back, and he's got 0 wins. Come on, brother. Remember Operation Baja Blast? No. Bum, 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 bum. The piano pieces, dude. They don't sell Fanta Grape anywhere. I can't find any fucking Fanta Grape. I love Fanta Grape. There's Busta Soda. I got knockoff Fanta Grape called Busta Soda, but it's like $2 for a bottle, which is ridiculous. Because I can buy a 1 liter of white milk for like $2.86, or I can buy like 450 milliliters of a shitty knockoff soda for $2 fucking bucks. I'm buying the fucking milk, bro. Are you kidding me? I'm buying the fucking milk every time. You're learning, my guy. See? You're learning. We both lost today, but that's alright. That's alright. It's a draw. Welcome to Hina. Enjoy your stay. It's a fun game, I promise. You'll get the hang of everything eventually, but as you can see, you're gonna run into a lot of people who know way more than you do. And it's gonna be a little trial by fire. However, the secret about this game is that this game always rewards the worst player. The better player never wins in Hina. This is 100% true. The better player never wins. So every time you lose, you gotta understand that it's because your opponent got lucky. That's usually how it goes. You get a shot so good that your opponent gets a free win. The better player never wins. Alright? Never. Whoa. Watch as the better player loses in this game here. Here we go. Classic. Classic. There it is, yep. There it is. And the better player, once again, does not win. That's right. You gotta look at your records differently. Every L is a win and every W is an L. That's how it goes. So I have a 55% lose rate. That's a dog. Namakoko. That's a dog. My turn. You wouldn't lose to a dog, would you? I might. I lost to a dog. Huh. Well, I wouldn't worry about that. Got that dog in me. Go ahead. Go ahead, better player. Go ahead. Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's how it goes. Now. This is not fair. He's a big, giant, fucking robot. Can't do much with a balloon. No. That's alright though. He may canonically be a balloon, but in our hearts, he is a super fighting robot. What are we doing over here? Slide. Hina. Ugh. Good. He doesn't work. Man, you play so many of these fucking fan games and he's always an enemy or a boss or something, but where's the game where you get to... Absolutely not. Holy shit. Talk about the worst beat in history. Wah. Hina. Is there a Toho fan game for like every single character between EOSD and like Mountain of Faith where they're a playable character? Like, I've played games where you play as Remilia, Sakuya, Reimu and Marissa. Have I played a game where I play as Patchy? Well, I know there's a game where you play as Mailing. I can't remember if I played one as Patchy. I don't know. I don't know. Shady Trial. That's one. Yeah. You're playing a Patchy game right now. Yeah, I forgot about that game. Is there a game we play as Chirbo? Yeah, there is. You play as Ruma, more than you'd think. What about Daiose and Kwakuma? No, but that's fine. Letty? No, I don't think so. I don't think I've played a game as Letty. I don't know how to hit her at this point. How about Chen? Is there a Toa fan game where you play as Chen? Prism Rivers? Those would be weird to play as. But actually, they would be good for some kind of music-based game. Alice? Yeah, I've played Alice games. How would you play as Goo? I don't think you ever really play as Goo, but you usually play against Goo. I know one game where you can play as Goo. That's Remy Doki. You can play as Yuyiko, Remy, and Flandre in that game. That game was kind of weird. Kick flip. I lost it on the floor. Put a new one in front of me. Yeah. Fly, Hina. Oh. Oh, it's my pencil lid. Oops. It fell out of my pencil. Oh well. Back in you go. Give me a second. Well, that's what I get for not paying attention. Oops. What? Whatever. Have I played as Yukari? What about Ron? I don't think so. Yomu? Yeah, I've played a couple games where I played as Yomu. I already mentioned one with Yuyiko. Prism Rivers, not quite. No. Not quite the Prism Rivers. How about Wriggle? Ever played as Wriggle? I don't know. How about Mystia? Yeah? Yeah, I can think of a pretty easy example for a game where you play as Mystia. A game where you play as Lily. Yes, I played like 3 of them. There's one dedicated dev to Lily. Spring Crisis 1 and 2. And some other one. Those games were jank. There's Fairy Card Rogue as well. But that one I didn't really like. Now, there's Spring Crisis 1 and 2, and there was another one that I forget its name, but yeah. I think it was the same dev, but it was a Metroidvania type one. Like I said, they're kind of jank, but I appreciated them. Spring Crisis 1 pissed me off, though. That one fucking pissed me off. What other game is Kane? I don't think so, no. You can say like games where Game Jam game. Okay, well, if you include Game Jam games, then most characters get mentioned. But I don't know like Game Jam games. I'm thinking like games that were like finished and sold or released, right? Not like jam projects. Kane is part of a lot of, well, Kane is a pretty heavy part of Fantasy Maiden Wars, but when you count games that involve like the entire cast, then it's, you know, it's not really the same. Well, that wasn't a very good shot. Whoa. Game with Kane IDK if it was released yet. What game? What one? What one? Oops. It's on Steam. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know any Kane games. Store. Kane. Kane's expanding class. Okay. So, tell me, brother. Why do you know about this game? I wonder if this game... Planned release date, April 2026. After spending too much time goofing off in class, your classroom teacher, Kane, has decided to punish you by making you stay after class, more classwork. Being the kind teacher that she is, though, she decided to format the class. It's a fun word game to help you pay attention, but something weird's happening. It's already grabbing your attention. Can you think of a word and present you a hint on what it is, then you must guess the word one letter at a time. Too many incorrect guesses and the game is over. Alright. Mature content description. This game contains breast expansion content. Each word puzzle completed in game results in the screen on the character's breasts growing in size. Her breasts can potentially grow to an extreme size. You know what, chat? As long as there's no nipples... As long as there's no nipples, that is 100% playable. Just saying. Just saying. That shit is playable. If there's no nipple, okay, you could, but would you? Well, it's not a matter of could, would, it's a matter of should. I don't know why or how you found that game, brother. I don't know how you found that game, but I think you have some explaining to do. Much to think about. Well, not really. There's like two things to think about on that. It's a knowledge-based game, chat. It lets me show off my knowledge of like Toho characters. I'd be really good at that game. I probably wouldn't even fucking lose. I would probably be really good at that game. I like quiz games for Toho. I like games that test my quiz, my knowledge of Toho. There was one I played in the Flash games that was all Japanese, so I couldn't actually do it. But it had a bunch of questions and different difficulties. It would have been fun to do that. Eden fan games. No, but there is Hoshiguma Yugi's Home Run Derby, which does feature the biggest Eden fan I've ever seen. But also that game is, you play as Yugi, so it's a little different. Where'd that shit go? Alright. I play, yeah, Perfect Memento in Strict Question. That has 50 questions that are pretty solid, and the DLC adds 150 questions, and a lot of them are trick questions or genuinely just awful questions. So, yeah. Will I play that game? Tell you what, chat. Tell you what. If that game does not get me banned on stream, then maybe I'll play it. But otherwise, I will probably not touch that. I will probably not touch that. But I am saying that as long as it doesn't show nipple, it should technically be safe for stream. Right? It'll be fine so you won't get any questions wrong. Her breasts expand when you get the questions right, my guy. So if anything, I would be... you would have to call me Bike Pump, because those balloons would be pumping if I was behind the controller. Alright? You think the game would fucking punish you with that? Oh, you got it wrong, so now her boobs are bigger. What kind of fucking madhouse are you living in? Huh? Good Japanese practice? Bro, it's in English. It's completely in English. Oh, I looked away. Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum. Kinda crazy. Oh, he's back! Wait, this is a different guy. Unless he changed his name. This guy's got 3 wins. The frogs are coming out. Are there any Moko games? She's in a lot of games, but... Go, Hina. Dystopian. Oh, yeah, you play her in Dystopian. That game has Marissa, Yomu, Flandre, and Moko. Those games you play as Tenchi. Yeah, played at least one of those. What? Oh, shit. Okay. Any medicine games? Bruh. Bruh. Any medicine games? Bruh. Kane's expanding class. This is the kind of game that the shareholders would never let you make. Alright? This is the kind of game that the shareholders would say nay. But that's why we don't want the shareholders. The shareholders get in the way of our unbound human creativity. That's fucked up. I have an idea. Kane's expanding class is the last bastion of free will. Not the last bastion, but it is true that such a game would never exist if the shareholders had anything to say about it. You know it. And I know it. Alright? Fly, Hina. She's gonna jump away. I'm just waiting, because I know how this goes down. I know exactly how this goes down. That was an accident. That's what I was expecting. But now... Yeah. 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 Wah 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 wah. Watch this. Beautiful. It's gone. Well, there goes that plan. Back. Oh. 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 Hello, little frog adventurer. How do you do? How do you do? More Toho games. Sometimes I check Steam just to see if there's anything coming out. But you ever notice when you search Toho on Steam, you get random fucking shmups that aren't Toho at all? Let me search. Relevance, yeah. No, release date. Desktop Mate Yukuri Marissa. Kirisame Marissa. Chat, I don't know what Desktop Mate is, but it costs $20 fucking for it. $20 fucking dollars. Blunk. The Yukuri costs $10. But here's like Toho Rinriki, Crafts of the Lucky Beast. That's got some reviews. No interest because it uses AI. Samurai Ace. I have no fucking clue what that is, but I guess it's Toho. Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. That I can't even begin to describe what the fuck that looks like. Locked Together. I don't know what that is. Witch's Night Market. I played that. It's pretty good. Moria Rhythm. Played that. It was pretty good. What the Bullet Hell? That's good. Biscuit. I liked Biscuit. Fantasy Maiden Wars. Kane's Terrakoya. A Schoolhouse in Gensokyo. I don't know what that is, but all of the preview images are not in English. Toho Random Tower Defense Demo. Exceptionally AI. I Am Sakuya FPS. Lunarian Invasion. Toho Kichoden Mythos of Phantasmagoria 2. Oh, chat, you know what that fucking reminded me of? There's a game on here. Oh my god, there's a game on here? Let me find it. I wasn't paying enough attention. Hold on. Can you sort by price? Highest price. There it is. Yep. Fucking Toho Fantasy. $71. I'm pretty sure this game was $100 at one point. The trailer's playing. Here's the review. $71. Baffling design choices all around. The player is given a large cast of characters from the get-go with no introduction or explanation. Game centers around bringing the right party members for the bosses, but there's no way to deduce the boss's attack patterns or strategy beforehand. So it just ends up being a tedious exercise in restarting fights for no reason. The game also enforces mandatory grinding. Upon clearing a dungeon, the next dungeon's enemies will be about 10 to 20 levels higher than your party's level, meaning you don't have any chance of winning unless you grind for levels and equipment. There are various other issues and basic quality of life features missing as well, the extent of which give the impression the devs don't understand and or play RPGs. All in all, it's probably one of the worst games I've ever played. $71 fucking dollars for this game. $71 fucking dollars for this game. Gensokyo Rolling Force. What the hell is this? $28. What is this? It looks cute. I've never seen this before. 2018. How is it? Negative review, negative review, negative review. 3 negative reviews. Oh. Oh. But it looks neat. It looks neat. Alright. Dreamland of Infinity. I heard that got abandoned. Mechanical Scrollery has been on my wish list for forever. And it has mixed reviews, and I never ended up getting it. Toho Lensed Night Sky Kasegai. Oh, I know this game. I know this game because it costs more money than an actual Toho game. Never mind. Actually, it now costs the exact same amount as an actual Toho game. No thanks. Pumpkin Ghosts. That costs the same. What the fuck? Who are these characters? Wait, no, the new games cost that. Older games cost $17.49. Can you believe that Toho games cost $17.49? $17.49. That's ridiculous. That's like $20 fucking after tax. Steam doesn't have a lot of Toho games that really like pop out, you know, like DL site is usually where you see the Toho games really pop off, but there's a couple of them that on Steam that released to really big success. Misty Izakaya and Luna Nights are 2 games that launched to very massive ratings on Steam. But even games like Fantasy Maiden Wars Complete Box has it's not like it doesn't have any ratings on Steam, but when you compare it to the fact that it's one of the best-selling like Toho games, if not the best-selling Toho game on DL site, it's like it feels kind of weird. It's because it does well on one site, or it doesn't do well on one site, doesn't mean it's not doing well at all. I have a feeling that the Toho, when you search Toho in the keywords, it just kind of looks up tags that are used in Toho, which is why you get so many different shooters. $71 fucking dollars. $71. No thanks. I'll pay $71 for Kane's expanding class. But I draw the line at Toho Fantasy, alright? I draw the line there. We ain't playing that. Where's my infinite playtime? I don't know. Bad game out of 10. There's not a lot of negative reviewed games. Like, most of them are positive. Some of them don't have enough ratings to actually have a rating. Some of them are mixed, but very few of them are, like, actually inherently negative. Mechanical Scrollery is one that came out a while back. But yeah, I just never got it because they like it was negative at first, and I think they patched it to make it like better. Oh, they patched it to make it better, but then the mixed the mixed ratings never really went away, but my desire to like actually check it out did. So yeah. Bit of Dead in the Water. Gensokyo Night Festival's negative reviews. Well, yes, they have negative reviews, but I mean when they have majority. Like, you can tell when there's a majority of certain reviews. You can still pick out negative reviews on mostly positive, overwhelmingly positive games. I'm saying that sometimes the reviews are so negative that it actually straight up says, like, that the majority of the reviews are negative, which is not a good sign. Or you get mixed. There's two of them there on the, like, the I Am Sakuya 2. That one's got mixed, that one's got mixed reviews. But usually those reviews don't change, you know? And I feel like if those reviews don't change, then it's, your game kind of turns into, like, that's kind of it for it. Because it's never gonna improve. Nobody's gonna give it a shot. You need improvements, and then you need people who left reviews prior to, like, change their reviews. Which they do. People do that. They do that. But, yeah. It is a bit of a death sentence if you release your game and it doesn't have positive reviews. Unless it's so bad that people check it out by the novelty that it's bad. Boink. You gotta enable your Steam settings to see things not in your native language. It hides things. Finding the Toho games is a pain in the ass for that reason. Because you'd search it, and it even tells you, like, it tells you a certain number of searches are removed because they don't match your preferred language. Spell Carnival is a full price game. $64. Spell Carnival is not a very good game. Spell Carnival is an interesting game to me because it's neat. It looks good. Its VAs are pretty decent. The CGs are good. The music's solid. And then the gameplay is not good. But the gameplay really confuses me because it's not good, but there's a very large amount of, like, things that can happen. There's a large amount of things that can happen in that game's gameplay, but the game's gameplay is just not really anything. We missed the propane tank. I'm just confused because it's like, it feels like the issue would be that there's not any content, but there is a lot. There's status conditions, different stats, abilities. There's a lot going on in the game's, like, actual gameplay sections. But then when you get to the gameplay, it's just like an 8x8 grid, and it's not fun to play on. And a lot of the stats don't even really, like, it doesn't feel like anything matters because you don't even really understand what's happening. Honestly, with all the different stats and shit, they could have just made a turn-based RPG, or just flat out made fucking Fire Emblem or something. But the real-time grid, just, it doesn't give any time for anything they made to, like, work. It just doesn't. And the result is a game that's not very fun to play. It's a shame. It is a shame. Game did not sell very well. But the thing is, like, it doesn't have overly negative reviews, right? It's a weird game to me because it's not a bad game, but it's not really a good game either. But presentation-wise, it's top-notch, but its gameplay is non-existent. Its player base is non-existent. It's just such a strange game to me. Ooh. That's good. That was good. We'll do a couple more, chat. I think I'm feeling 5 more after this one. Fuck, come on now. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Alright, game 1. Game 1 of 5 remaining game. No. What was that other one I played? Valkyrie Phantasm. That game had great presentation. Gameplay-wise, I have no idea how it would be against a real human. But that game looks pretty good. It also made my computer, like, want to die. It made my computer scream. That's 1. I thought that game was pretty cool. I liked its designs. Number 2. I like how when my computer goes, you know, when it starts running on all 4s, you can hear it on the microphone. You can hear that shit. I clicked the wrong thing again. 1 sec. Alright. Defeat. That's 2. Next is 3. Wa-na-na-na-na. Game 3. Oh. No. That's fine, though. Oh. We can't really judge a game's quality by its price, but at the same time, if you're gonna charge, the more money you charge me, the more I expect your game to be good. Alright? Now, sometimes bad games get a pass. Sometimes bad games get a pass because they're free. Even though they're bad. That whole sequence of events was some Roadrunner shit. But people are more lenient on that kind of thing, because if it's free, they'll try it out. It's more like a demo and kind of like, you know, you give them feedback and they can make something better. They didn't feel like what they made was worth any money, and so people cut them some slack on being overly aggressive. Depending on their, you know, the dev's, I guess, how the dev goes about it. But if you're spending $30 on a game, then yeah, the game better be fucking worth my $30, alright? It better be worth my 30 bucks. I don't think I can hit her. I don't know if this is gonna work. The answer was no. I was hoping that would, like, be on top of the box, and then it would work. It didn't work, though. Goodbye, Hina. Farewell, Hina. Alright, last one. Last one. Watch this. Hina's doing flips. Dan it. Dan it. I forgot about the... Yep. Watch. Yes. Go, Hina. Ready, set. Holy shit. Did you see that? Fucking Hina slide. Come on, dude. This game's taking forever. I want to go to the shop and I want to buy my... Whoa! That was kind of nutty. Alright. Back to customize. Alright. Alright, to the shop. Legendary box. Bang. Tori. Bang. 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 I think I have all of those. Yep. 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 Alright, well. I guess I gotta unlock this one. Great. Any new outfits? He said, as if there would be. There's one. So show me B. So show me A. Sashinomi. How about Jun? Jun got any new outfits? Sleepy. That's me. Remy? Nope. Koishi? No. Yomu? Nope. Nope. Reimu? No. Marissa? Nope. Sanai? Nope. No. Oh shit! She's got a bird. Okay. Na. Steampunk. Queen Komachi. What? King Komachi. Uh-huh. Hammer. That's a new one. Look at that bend. Dead. Spell card, smile. Wait, Manju? Eating food? Damn, she got raps on with that one. Kaizuka player 2. Yeah. Keiki. Hina. Yukata, we saw that. Big ass hat, yeah. Yep. Meekness. Troubled. Cat. Embarrassed. Oh shit. Ragedy. That's a Ragedy, boys. A Ragedy. Nice gloves. Alright. Alright. Level 70 Jupe. Level 70 dupe. I'm the greatest dupe in my room. Hell yeah. Alright, chat. So, Hina is now dead. We've destroyed her. The next time we play Hina will be when Mizuchi is tournament viable. Or I guess tournament legal. Ranked legal. Alright. We jumped the gun on the update. But it's okay. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I don't know when she'll be ready, but we'll play again when she's available. And we'll probably see a smaller update alongside that. Maybe some more cost. You know the drill. You know the drill. Be ready for it.